Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Sup, hot stuff? Welcome back to the channel. So, I have been trying to make this video for the past 3 days, but I've been a bit under the weather, right? I've been a little sickly, so bear with me, right? But basically, Monster Hunter Wilds is still a couple months away, right? And Street Fighter 6, they're in the middle of their super long hiatuses that they do between content release. Dude, they gotta stop that, man. I am dying out here, But while we're waiting on, Capcom goodness, a bunch of Resident Evil information seemingly bubbled to the surface, right? A bunch of leaks, a bunch of rumors, right? Do I believe in these 100%? I don't know, right? Truthfully, not really. But I will say this, some of the information that has come to light recently, I have heard earlier in the year, okay? So, I've heard some of this stuff, okay? So that's the whole reason why I'm making this video, because I'm kind of curious. Like I keep saying, I don't know if I 1,000% believe in them, but, if you guys have been on my channel, you guys have watched some of my videos pertaining to leaks, you know that I don't just be making leak videos about nothing, right? Either I heard something, or, it's very plausible, But before we get into the meat and potatoes of all this stuff, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe if you guys like Capcom stuff. If you guys like Resident Evil, help your boy out. I'd appreciate it. During the lead up to Resident Evil 9, there's probably going to be a lot of Resident Evil stuff on this channel. So just be prepared for that. Also, we're probably going to get a reveal during the Game Awards, right? We were supposed to get a reveal earlier in the year during the Summer Games Fest. That did not happen, right? Our boy Dust Golem came out after the fact, and he's like, oh yeah, no, it got pushed back. So we're probably going to get the reveal at the Game Awards, right? That's a little under a month, right? So, dude, I'm super excited. But let's talk about these leaks / rumors, right? So, the big prevailing rumor is that Resident Evil 9 is going to be a Jill Valentine / Leon game, right? That those are going to be the two main characters. I don't know if it's going to be split between acts, right? But, one part of the game is going to be Leon, the other part's going to be Jill, right? But apparently Jill's going to be the top billing, which good. Listen, man, I love me some Jill. And it's going to be new Jill, right? The one that we've gotten from Resident Evil 3 Remake, but also Death Island, right? And she's going to look the exact same. They explain that in Death Island, that the reason why she has not aged or anything is because, in Resident Evil 3, when she got infected, basically it's kept her young and beautiful, right? I'll be honest, I like young Jill, right? The new Jill, right? Because she's cool. She's like a badass lady. A lot of people don't like her because she's kind of mean, right? But I kind of like that, right? Just to add a little, it makes her stand out as a Resident Evil protagonist. Don't take that the wrong way. I love Jill. Jill and Leon are actually my two favorite Resident Evil characters. So, there's that. But apparently, there were 2 play tests for Resident Evil 9. The first was earlier in the year. Like I said, I did hear some things earlier in the year. And during that play test, we played as Jill. And then there was a later play test in September. And in that play test, you get to play as Leon, right? So let's talk about the Jill play test really quick, right? I'm just going to fire this stuff from the hip, right? Because a lot of this, it is information that is out there, right? People know about this stuff already. But apparently, during the Jill playtest, Jill is in a hospital, and she's going through the hospital, and you're solving puzzles, doing what you do. And there are zombies in the hospital, but they're molded zombies, right? I'll talk more about that in a bit. But they're like a mix between the molded from Resident Evil 7, but also Ganados, right? They're like infected zombie people, but they can still use weapons, right? They're still, cognitive. They can, apparently talk and sing, which, like I said, I'll talk more about that later. And they can use weapons as well, right? So while Jill is in this hospital, she's getting chased around by these zombies. But also, apparently, there's a goat man enemy, right? I don't know what that means, but apparently it's a big man goat. Look, I kind of rock with that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I kind of rock with the idea of a big goat man zombie. Kind of neat. That's kind of cool. Apparently he has a mouth on his stomach like Sukuna from JJK, right? I rock with that too. That's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie, right? And the Goatman, he cannot be killed. He is the stalker enemy of this section in the game, apparently. Right? So, after the fact that this information came out, Dust Golem came out. He said that he has no idea what people were talking about in regards to the Goatman. But other people have said that they saw some Goatman stuff in the playtest, right? So, I don't know who to believe there, right? Dust Golem, he is a very well-known and reputable source, but sometimes he just be saying stuff, you know? So, you guys can choose who you want to believe there. Like I keep saying, we're probably going to get a reveal in less than a month, right? So hopefully there's a Goatman in that trailer. We'll see. And then in the Leon playtest, apparently Leon, he started off on the beach, right? And he had to, like, sneak and fight his way inland. I didn't mention this, but Resident Evil 9 apparently is going to take place on an island, right? Like an Asian island, right? Kind of like the, I believe Singapore was referenced, right? So that's neat. And this is going to tie in all the previous Resident Evil games to the Ethan saga, right? With the Megamycete and the Molded and all that good stuff. And that this island is where the connections are from, right? The connections are the company, the Not Umbrella, that created Evelyn, right? They have a bunch of Evelyn clones on this Singapore island. And this is where the end of the Mold saga comes, right? Which is why I said earlier that some of the zombies are like molded and stuff, right? And that there's a cult and these molded zombie Ganado dudes, they pray to the moon, and that the moon is the symbol of their cult and yada yada yada. And they can be seen standing around and singing around bonfires and stuff. Really cool stuff there, man. So in the Leon playtest, he's fighting his way inland to this mansion, and the guy that owns the mansion, it is not, I forget this dude's name. I think they call him like Simon, Mr. Simon or something like that, right? He's the guy at the head of the connections, and Leon is basically on his way to his mansion, and then he gets stalked by this other stalker enemy. There's two stalker enemies in this game. There's the Goatman, allegedly, and then also this, like, witch, right? And she can, like, turn into flies, like Lady D's daughters from Resident Evil Village, right? And apparently you can't kill her, and she has the power to seduce Leon, right? That she's this beautiful woman, but she's also a witch, and she has huge boobs, right? Listen, their words, not mine. She has gigantic boobs, right? She's beautiful. Listen, I've always been an ass dude, you know? But hey, listen. The witch, maybe, listen, hey man, maybe the witch is stacked both ways. We don't know, right? We'll see, right? Only time will tell, you know? We'll answer the age-old question. But basically, at the end of this playtest, Leon, he escapes the witch, he escapes the molded Ganados, and he ends up at a Blue Umbrella base camp, right? Do you remember Blue Umbrella? At the end of Resident Evil 7, Chris Redfield reveals himself, and the company that he's working for now is called Blue Umbrella, right? And also, speaking of Chris, apparently Chris and Barry, they are returning, but they're going to be in, like, support roles, right? They're going to be calling you up. And you know what, man? Dude, Chris deserves it, right? Chris and Barry, listen, dude, it's about time that they get to keep, you know, some support roles. They get to hang out and call you every once in a while, have a beer, right? Relax, right? They deserve it, right? I'm happy for them. But apparently, it's going to be a Jill and Leon game. And Leon's going to be older, of course, you know. And yeah, guys, that is all the information that we have gotten as of late, right? Like, recently. And like I keep saying, a lot of this information, we did hear about some of this stuff earlier in the year. So it is interesting that, like, you know, knowledge of these playtests are coming out from the past, like, couple days, and they're lining up with that, right? So, like I keep saying, I don't know if I believe, you know, 100% with what's going on here, but, you know, seemingly this is what we're dealing with. Is this stuff real? Only time will tell. We will know in less than a month, allegedly. So I'll see you guys at the Game Awards. But anyway, guys, that's the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.